Good morning, Stacy. Today is Friday, February 19th. We're on our way to see Lindsay and Kara and Wendy at the 5K. And there's Stacy. And there's Stephanie over there selfieing. Yes, not
All Prince women, half marathon, all
half marathon, all princess.
Praise the Lord.
We gotta document that on video.
But I thought I took a picture, but I didn't. So it shows me that.
That's funny. So we are on the bus. There's only nobody on here. So anyway, I'll catch up with you guys later. Oh, there she is. Woo! I was looking for a picture. It is breakfast time now. I got pancakes and bacon and orange juice, and Stacy's got
everything else.
Yes, she got everything. The only thing she got bacon that I got, but she got chocolate chip pancakes. And here comes the Animal Kingdom
And Blizzard Beach.
bus.
You going to Blizzard Beach?
No, are you?
Yeah.
Liar.
Or not now.
Liar.
I'm going to use my ticket.
Okay. Those tickets are different.
But this one costs more, so they'll probably accept it.
They might.
Huh?
They might.
I don't know if they would or not. I wonder if they would.
We should look into that. What?
Why is Jesus not smiling on Stephanie right now?
Did she say he wasn't?
Lindsay said he wasn't. Stephanie sold us out for them.
I know, right? Good morning. I was gonna say something, but Stacy told me to be nice, so I'm not going to.
I don't know what like I feel like a higher no, it's been nice. That's why I was I have got it in your mouth. I actually would do it for you.
Oh. It's a video, Goob. It's not focusing. It's not focusing. It's not focusing. I said you just have to use that same thing. Here is the Tree of Life. Ta-da!
At my second favorite Disney park. Second only to Magic Kingdom.
Oh.
Alright, so some of my friends are mentioning as they pass on by, the seat that you were sitting in right this very second is your seat for the next 2 weeks. I hope that is one very, very comfy seat. Make sure to remain fully and completely seated at all times with your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the vehicle. Please do not land inside the truck at any point in time. Go ahead, Andrew. That's how they sound. No word unless they stay here in runway 20. That means let's go say bye, Andrew. See y'all later. out here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. That's right, 14 whole days, packed full of fun. I hope you didn't have any plans, fast passes, dinner reservations. Yeah, 2 whole weeks out here. If you did not sign up for a 2-week safari, that's very awkward for you. I'm so sorry, but those doors are locked, so you're stuck with me now. Now, before we head on the reserve, we got a couple things to go over. So we already went over the seating. Once again, please remain fully and completely seated. This includes your little cubs. They can sit up on your lap to get a better view. Just don't hold them up in the air like baby Simba. Now, next thing, pictures. I want you guys to take so many pictures today, but as you take those pictures, please hold tightly to your cameras. If anything falls from the truck at any point in time, I'm not permitted to stop and pick it up. If you do drop something, very nicely raise your hand and wave goodbye to it. I'm just kidding, let me know. I'll let the warden know to go out and get that item for you. I can't guarantee it's going to return to your hands in the same condition in which it left your hands, so make sure you're holding tightly to those personal items for me. Now we are starting our journey in the little Aturi Forest, one of my favorite portions of the reserve. The animals that live here are very, very good at hiding and camouflaging, but look at those 2 okapi up there. Now, because of the okapi's white face and striped legs, what animal does it kind of look like? A zebra. Guess what animal it's not related to? A zebra, absolutely right. Yeah, the only living relative to the giraffe. We know this because of the shape of their skull as well as their long tongue. In fact, their tongue is so long, they can actually touch their eyeball with it. I know, cute, right? They can pick their nose with it too. I know, a talent we all wish we had. I understand. Amazing.
Good try.
All right, now we're heading on down to a watering hole. And watering holes usually serve as some pretty good gathering spots for some of the animals on the reserve. Oh, look at that. All right, here we go. All right, animals like the saddle-billed stork. Look at that, amazing. Tallest stork in Africa, standing about 5 feet tall when it actually stands up. Getting its name from the saddle shape in its bill, and that one is the male. I know that because he has some dark eyes. The males have dark brown eyes, whereas the females have some bright yellow eyes. Oh, and look at that black rhino up there. Now, friends, this is a treat right here because you are looking at one of only 5,000 black rhinos left in the whole wide world. 1 of 5,000. That is crazy. Only 5,000 black rhinos remaining in the whole wide world because they are poached for the horn on their head. Even though that horn on their head is not made out of ivory or gold or anything valuable at all. It's made out of the exact same thing that your fingernails are made out of. It is one giant fingernail, and they are one of the few animals that their horn is not actually attached to their skull. So you could clip it off just like a fingernail and it wouldn't cause any harm to the rhino, but for some reason poachers just don't see it that way. So they are going after them in order to take their horns, then selling them on the black market and claiming they have a miracle medical remedy. Whereas we know they really don't do anything at all, because like I said, it's just a fingernail. Over to the left, you're going to see some bongo, as well as some greater kudu. Now the bongo are the chestnut orange ones right over here, known as the ghost of the forest. They're really, really good at hiding and camouflaging when they want to. And those greater kudu back there, the light brown ones, second tallest animal in Africa. They stand about 5 feet tall right at their shoulder, and those ones are females. We know that because the males will have some big, huge horns. Alright, now we're going to head on down to the Safi River. We're going to see who might be swimming around down there. Now while we head to the Safi River, I will reiterate, my name is Chelsea. Can everybody say Jumbo Chelsea? Jumbo Chelsea. Jumbo, my sweet, sweet friend. So again, Jumbo is how we say hello out here in Africa. So Jumbo, hello. Welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Thank you so much for traveling all the way out here to Africa just to hang out with me and all my cool animal friends. I hear a lot of you come from a place called Florida. I've never been there, but Africa's way cooler because we have cool animals like some hippos over there to the right now. If you don't catch a glimpse of those hippos, don't panic. There's usually a few more over here on the left. I can't stop right there. It's a really, really blind turn. We do not want to get in an accident. All right, here we go. Nice and slow through here. So the word hippopotamus literally means river horse, but of course they are not related to the horse at all. They are a relative of the whale. They can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time, and usually they love to stay down into that water. It's nice and cool for them underwater. So I see a few more kind of where the road turns, so we'll catch up with them right up there. But these great birds over here to the left, those are the pink-backed pelican. These are their name for the pink coloration that will appear on their back during the mating season. Even though they are one of the smallest of the pelican species, they do still have a wingspan of up to 8 feet long, so still a really, really big bird. That's the warden right there. Yeah, all of our wardens do a really, really great job of meeting the nutritional needs of these animals, as well as observing them and all their different cool behaviors, so we can learn a little bit more about them. Alright, there's some hippos over there to the left, outside of the water. Not the way we usually see the hippos, right? So like I said, they usually spend most of their time underwater, but it's a little bit chilly out today. So some of them are hanging out outside of the water in order to warm up a little bit. My friend in the white, go ahead and take a seat for me. Perfect, thank you so much. Big yawn. Alright, now we're about to go over Rickety Bridge. Now I don't trust this bridge. I never have and never will. So just make sure you remain fully and completely seated for me, especially over this Rickety Bridge, because we don't want to throw off the weight. Those are Nile crocodile. Okay, nobody panic. They'll grow about 20 feet long. That jaw of theirs packs a punch of over 2,000 pounds per square inch, which tells me one thing, tells me get off of the bridge. There we go. Okay, nice and thick. Now sometimes you can see a few of them hanging out with their jaw open. They do that not because they are hungry, but because they are ectothermic animals. They regulate their body temperature by opening and closing that jaw. So by holding their jaw open, it's kind of their version of sweating. They're releasing some of the excess heat in their body in order to cool themselves off. Alright, now we are heading into the savannah. Completely different animals, completely different ecosystem, and completely different trees. Alright, over here on the right, it looks like you're going to see a baobab tree. Baobab tree. Wow, look at that thing. Now the baobab tree is nicknamed the upside down tree because it looks like it's upside down. The branches look like the roots because it doesn't bloom very often. It's a really, really good desert tree. They'll live about 2,000 years old. They can survive long periods of drought with absolutely no problem by storing water in their trunk for up to 9 months at a time. Make sure you have those cameras ready because we are coming across one of the most beautiful views of the entire reserve, the Serengeti grasslands. Look at that. Stretching for hundreds of miles, it acts as a superhighway to thousands of migratory animals each and every year, some of which it looks like we are definitely going to see here today. Now, unfortunately, how beautiful this Serengeti grassland is dwindling very, very quickly because of the wildest animal of them all. It's humans. Humans cause a lot of habitat loss, which unfortunately cause a lot of the animals to die off, and that's exactly why the Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established, in order to protect the plant life, the animal life, everything in between, all the way out here in Africa. My friend up front, what did you just say? You'd hate to be the landscaper? Ah, well, conveniently, the animals actually do all of this. We don't have to do anything out here. It's pretty awesome. So the zebras and the zebras and the wildebeest, they're kind of like lawnmowers, so they'll keep all of this grass really, really trimmed. This grass they don't care too much for, that's why it's kind of overgrown. But the grass over here, they'll definitely trim that up. Then the giraffes are the pruning shears. They eat the leaves off the trees, keeping that all nice and trimmed, and giving the grass the nourishment that it needs from the light shining in order to help it grow. Elephants, bulldozers, they knock down the trees, spreading the seeds in order to help that all grow. And then the little ones, like the gazelles, come through, weed whackers. They trim the edges. It's pretty awesome. Over to the left, those are some wild African dogs over there. I'm actually going to scooch on over to this side because you'll get a little bit of a better view. So the wild African dog is also known as the painted dog, often confused for the hyena. But the hyena is actually a little bit more closely related to the cat than the dog. Isn't that cool?
Stephanie,
the wild African dog is also known as the painted dog. And those dogs have an awesome, awesome success rate for their hunting. They're actually the most successful hunters in Africa, far surpassing those big cats and even the hyenas. So they have about a 90% success rate because they have such crazy endurance. They can run for miles and miles and miles, whereas most of their prey cannot. So they'll just run that prey to complete exhaustion. The hyenas are more nocturnal animals, so sometimes you can see them over in the area kind of near the dogs, but they're a lot more nocturnal, so they'll be out a little bit more when we open our nighttime safari attractions. Over to the left and right, you're going to see big, tall, red things. These are some termite mounds. Termite mounds are made out of saliva, as well as fecal matter. And after you bake in the hot sun, they are as hard as concrete. Perfect for some elephants to use as a scratching post. Alright, I see the tallest land animal in the world up ahead. But three that are a little bit shorter than all the others. So let's go see all of them. Yes, the giraffes. Awesome job. Alright. So the giraffes standing about 18 to 20 feet tall when they are fully grown. The three that are a little bit shorter than everyone else, those are just some cute little babies, and those babies were born already 6 feet tall. So if you're a 6 foot tall person, as soon as a baby giraffe is born, they can look you dead in the eye with no problem. Alright, now as you swing around, there are 9 different subspecies of giraffe, and you can tell each and every subspecies apart by their spot pattern. So these ones have a very jagged and irregular spot pattern, letting us know that they are the Maasai giraffe. There we go. Alright, now just past the giraffe, over to the left here, that's an eland up there. These are the Patterson's eland. So the eland in general are the largest antelope in Africa, but the Patterson's eland, those ones are the second tallest of all the eland. Now you'll see some little babies, which is why I can't do a full and complete stop. We're just going nice and slow here. Those little babies aren't quite used to the trucks just yet, so we're just trying to acclimate them a little bit more. Now those animals will stand about 8 to 9 feet at their shoulder. Absolutely massive, massive animals. As you saw, the male is very bulky, very big, but they can do this really cool thing called pronking. So despite their size, they can pronk, which is jumping straight up in the air without a running start. So from a complete standstill straight up in the air, they can jump about 7 feet. So almost as tall as they are, even though they're very huge animals. All right, now we're gonna make our way, let's see, into an area that a lot of drivers like to call Monkey Point. Because sometimes you can see some mandrill monkeys over here. All right, over here. Just a little bit farther forward over here. Oh, but it looks like my best friend in the whole wide world is waiting for us right over here as well. Yeah. I don't think you do. Alright, so this one is the male or bull elephant. We know that because he hangs out all by himself. So elephants are a matriarchal society, so it's only females and babies that you will find in the herd. The males live in solitary, starting at about age 15. Oh, and there's those mandrill monkeys over there on the left-hand side. Alright, so we're going to swing around a little bit more. Here we go, so you can see those mandrill monkeys as well as that elephant. So the mandrill monkeys are the largest and most colorful of all the monkeys, but if you see the dominant male, you'll be able to pick him out really quickly, because he's much bigger and much more colorful than all the rest of them. That's how the mandrill monkeys pick their dominant male. It's based on who is the biggest and who is the brightest. So most of them weigh in at about 40 to 50 pounds, but that male will easily tip the scales at about 100 pounds. Alright, now where there's one elephant, there's usually quite a few more, so don't worry. Let's see, I bet we can see the whole herd. Now we're just going to head on up here. There's a road up here that's going to lead me straight into the heart of elephant country. Our road is just up here on the right, and it is, it is closed. That is really awkward. Okie dokie. This way. Yep, we're gonna go this way. A little bit of a detour, no worries. Hopefully this detour still takes me where I want to go. Hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long, because you know we only have about, only a week left. Man, the first week flew by. All right, and hopefully we all make it, because this bridge looks even better than the last one. All right, Hakuna Matata, no worries, no worries. There's some rope, some duct tape, a little bit of super glue. No, now, crocodile, so 2 thumbs up for that. That is a sound that only good bridges make. Don't worry about that, that's fine. We're good. Alright, almost there. Almost. I'm safe. Don't worry about me, I'm gonna be just fine. Oh, there we go. Alright, all the rest of you are safe as well, and luckily that detour did lead me exactly where I wanted to go, right into the heart of elephant country. Now, while we look out for the herd of African elephants, I'm going to tell you the coolest conservation story you're ever going to hear in your whole entire life. And friends, like I said, the African elephant is my favorite animal. I know it's very easy to get distracted by their beauty, and I definitely want you to look at them, observe how beautiful and majestic they really are, but make sure you're listening to me at least just a little bit, because I want you guys to take this conservation story back home to your friends and family and tell them how important conservation really is, because the story is a great, great testament to what a little bit of research and a little bit of conservation efforts can really, really do. So 100% true story. The elephants of Africa were stomping through the farmlands. They were destroying a lot of the crops out there. Well, that's not ideal for the farmers, right? Because that's their livelihood. They need that profit in order to survive. So the farmers were having to shoot and kill the elephants in order to protect their profit. Well, that's not ideal for the elephants, and we didn't like it one bit. So Disney scientists with the Disney World Conservation Fund went out to Africa. They paired with the Save the Elephant Conservation Fund, and the 2 of us did a little bit of research. And what we found through the research is that elephants, big, huge elephants, are terrified of some tiny little bees. They don't like bees at all. They're really, really scared of them. So first what we did was we lined the farmland with speakers, right? It let out a buzzing noise, scare off the elephants. We're super smart humans, so we tricked those elephants, and that worked for about a month, because elephants are really smart too. Didn't take them long to figure out those are not bees, those are speakers, you silly, silly humans. They started stomping through the farmlands again. So we took those speakers down and we replaced them with actual beehives. So now the elephants are too scared to walk through it, they're walking around it. Crops are safe, elephants are safe, and as an added bonus, the farmers get to harvest the honey from the bees and sell it for a little extra profit. It's a win-win-win for everyone in that situation. It's exactly what conservation is all about, figuring out how we can balance the needs of the humans with the needs of these animals, so that we can all live together, nobody gets hurt. That's right, elephants do use their trunks to communicate. Yeah, over to the right, those are some flamingo. These are the greater flamingo, lightest pink of all the flamingo. And friends, where do they get that pink color from? Shrimp, their diet. Yeah, what they eat a lot of brine shrimp. That brine shrimp is packed full of beta-carotene. So after about a year to a year and a half of eating the brine shrimp, they'll turn from the gray color that they're born as to the beautiful pink color you see them as now. Some zebra.
I told you.
And these zebras look really, really cute and really, really docile. And while they are very, very cute, they are not very, very docile. The hind kick of one of these zebras is powerful enough to snap a lion's jaw in half with absolutely no problem. Look at them, they're amazing.
Stephanie would like to tell you in your vlog about them.
I heard her.
Yeah, there is a beautiful white rhino over there to the right. Exactly. So the white rhino gets its name not from its color. As you can see, they are not white at all. It comes from a mispronunciation of the Afrikaans word "vite," which means wide. They have a very flat, wide mouth, whereas the black rhino has more of a small, triangular mouth. Alright, now last time I drove through here, I saw a lot of big cats. So be on the lookout for those big cats. Some of them are pretty fast. So keep those eyes peeled. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think I see one right now. At 2. Alright, so up on the hill there's one in the far left corner, down at the base of that tree, and there's one right in the center here. Now, if you don't see those two, don't worry. We'll scooch up just a little bit more, kind of where that truck is. There's usually a few more right over there that are a little bit easier to see. But the cheetah is the fastest land animal in the world. They run speeds of an average of about 60 miles per hour. They can run a lot faster than that if they want to, but on average, usually it hits about 60, 65 miles per hour. Now, everything about the cheetah is built for their amazing speed. They have a very slender body, much like a greyhound, very aerodynamic. They have a small head and small ears. There we go. 2 more right there laying in the hay right up there.
Oh.
They look like baby Tango. Stacy, that tree is going to be.
Yeah, I've seen that around the park a little bit. Small head and small ears to not attract to them as they are running. Their tails are used kind of as a rudder for balance as they run, and they're one of the few big cats that do not have fully retractable claws. Their claws are constantly out to provide traction for them on the ground. Because of their keen eyesight and their good sprinting abilities, it does make them primarily day hunters, whereas most big cats will do their hunting at night. Now, speaking of most big cats, looks like we are coming up on a kopie here. A kopie is a rock formation that lions really, really love to use in order to hunt, so be on the lookout for those lions. They are really, really lazy, and it is the middle of the day. Kind of the hardest time to see them, because they'll spend about 20 hours of their day doing absolutely nothing. Completely inactive for 20 hours of the day. Very, very lazy. Oh, it looks like we are going to get the chance to see a few more white rhino, as well as some bontabak up on the hill here. Bontabak are those little brown animals right up there. At one point, there were less than 17 individual bontabak left in the whole wide world. If that's not crazy enough, we have gone from 17 individual bontabak to completely off the endangered species list with those animals. I don't know where the honey badgers are. They like to hide in the bushes a lot. Look at those 2 baby white rhinos, so cute. Now, the white rhino used to be a really awesome conservation success story. They were on the critically endangered list, taken off thanks to some great conservation efforts, but poachers are absolutely relentless, so they are back on that critically endangered list. And I'll talk a little bit more about what the Disney Conservation Fund is doing for them just a second, but look at that big guy. Oh, and way up at the top, there's a beautiful lioness way up there. Another lioness. There we go, doing exactly what I said they were going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, the lions. Great job, guys. Doing awesome. Now, that male lion will definitely roar twice a day. He may roar throughout the day, but he will definitely roar once in the morning and once at night. His roar is so loud it can be heard for up to 6 miles, because their pride land is very, very big. And he roars once in the morning and once at night as kind of a warning to the animals to say, hey, this is my territory. You don't want to come on here. Over to the left, look at those warthogs, little babies, and mama way back there. The warthog is the largest burrowing animal in the world. They build those burrows that you see down below with their strong snout and their razor-sharp tusks. When they want to go to sleep, they will back into those burrows, tusks facing out, in order to scare off any predators. Over to the left, some ostrich eggs down on the ground here. About 3 pounds each on those eggs. Very big eggs for the largest bird in the world. And there's those white rhino one more time. So the Disney Conservation Fund, like I said, we've decided that we should probably do something to start saving these rhinos, because it's estimated not long from now there will be no more rhinos left out in the wild. So we've paired with this really awesome organization called the Lewa Conservancy, L-E-W-A. If you've never heard of them, I definitely encourage you to look them up when you get back home. They're an awesome, awesome organization, and they're allowing us to provide 24/7, 365, round-the-clock security for the rhinos out in Africa. We also get to provide veterinary care and rehabilitation for any of those rhinos that may be hurt out there. So we can give them that veterinary care with very minimal human contact. That way we can give them that care that they need, get them back on their feet, and then re-release them back out in the wild. So hopefully that rhino population will start growing really, really soon, because I don't know about you guys. I definitely don't want to live in a world that doesn't have super cute things like those little baby white rhino. They're just too adorable. Alright, now we're heading into the glen here. And the Glen actually used to be a poacher's base camp back in the day. We had a really big poaching problem here in Harambe, but we've since run those poachers out. These ones right over here are the newest inhabitants of the Glen. Those are some scimitar horned oryx. They have some beautiful horns on their head. They look kind of like a scimitar sword, which is where they get their name from. But unfortunately, poachers really love those horns too. So they were also hunted to extinction in the wild in 1980, much like the Bontebok. But then due to some great conservation efforts and breeding in captivity, they are now finally being re-released back out into the wild. Their population is slowly growing, but they are still on the critically endangered list. And we're finding that it's much easier to protect these animals while they're still out in the wild than it is to bring them back from the brink of extinction. So to bring those animals back out in the wild, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, volunteer work, security, and of course we don't mind putting those things in these animals because we love these animals. But like I said, it's a lot easier to protect the animals while they're still at a sustainable population than it is to bring them back from the brink of extinction. Oh man, looks like 2 weeks flew by again. Every time. We have way too much fun. Time flies when you're having fun. Alright, don't worry, I'm not going to drop you off at the nearest words post. You guys are way too cool for that. All the other guests are going to be dropped off at the nearest words post, but not you guys. We're going to go all the way back around. A little bit of a backstage tour for you. We're going to go back up to the dock where I picked you up at. Here, we've got through some water here. Now, if you rode the safari today, and you're like, Chelsea, I'm super inspired. I want to help these animals so much. I love animals. I love helping out. Make sure you head on over to the conservation station over at Rafiki's Planet Watch. You can learn a little bit more about the Disney Conservation Fund while you're here and what you can do to help them and some of the other organizations that I told you about today, like the Lewa Conservancy or the Save the Elephant Project. You can also, when you head back home, make sure you are recycling, especially those ink cartridges and those cell phones, because those are very important to animals like the rhinos and the elephants. So we're hanging out right here for just a second. Now you can also link up with your local conservation organizations. See what they need. They may like a little bit of maybe your pennies or your change in your piggy bank. You donate that once a month. Help them out a little bit. Now if you want to go a little bit further than that, you can always donate your time. I know that the animals and the people would really appreciate that.
You only get it from like a cell phone, like from an animal. I think it's from an animal.
What are the what?
It's in like the batteries, cell phone batteries.
The fuzzies. Oh, those are some gnats. Little bugs. No worries. Alright, here we go. We're heading on down here. It's okay. We'll come see my friend Jen. She's pretty awesome. Everybody say Jumbo Jen. She's lovely.
Part of the